his birthday, by the way. Happy birthday. Says, plays this game a bunch on Wi-Fi, plays against the Shotos a bunch of Wi-Fi, says, I can finally react to them right now. Played the Shoto previously as preparation to this, or it was actually the person right before bracket. But nonetheless, kind of feels ready. Vendetta, just another story.
Yeah, Vendetta, someone who, again, not someone, like someone who travel results can always be a little inconsistent, but when they're on, one of the strongest players and one of the strongest Shoto pilots I think we have out there. Right now, the biggest question is how can you find your way in with being so good at controlling the pace of play, but Osh9 has been doing a wonderful job just mixing up the pace of approach, mixing up the pace of these stutter steps, jumps, and just fading out and forcing out commitments from Vendetta after getting caught up on the jumps predictably early.
Yeah, people are finally realizing, like, they could shimmy in this game. Like,
yeah. It's like you can actually bait options from people and punish them for it.
It's kind of cool. But I do like the okay, that was a horrible get-up attack. Like, what are you doing? That get-up attack made me feel like you're the same level as me.
That's crazy. Anyway, that's crazy.
Yeah, pretty local.
Dude.
6 backers in the face.
Well, but also, like, what does Ryu do there? Like, you don't really have a great tool to poke Brawler in that situation.
Yeah, you kind of just got to give them the space sometimes. Or if they're doing things at the same tempo, you got to understand it's the same tempo and then, like, walk in like parry.
I've never seen, like, I never thought I'd see a Brawler other than Bloom play footsies, but both Osh is doing it really well, and also I think this matchup just really promotes footsies because neither of these characters have the biggest hitboxes. You've got the fireball, you've got this hop movement, but you've also got forward air from Ryu and the ability to just do that.
Yeah, this ability to end stocks so quick. Brawler having like essentially Fox up smash, and I love that. Just catching the focus. He's done it like on previous Shoto characters. You just can't focus as landing, making this super hard for the Shotos to come back down, and it's a lot easier for them to be juggled.
Yep, and as you said, using that flashing knock punch on the focus because it's a multi-hit.
Yeah,
you can't now that you've seen it, you have to respect it, and taking away Ryu's best landing option against a character that will shark you, will blow you up, and if you try to swing on landing, we saw Ryu parry in to make you explode, but Brawler can do exactly the same thing.
Brawler, that guy is a known menace to society. Terrorizes his hood of like the Mii's.
Got great taste in apples though.
Yeah.
Shout out Sean.
Reviews them on the low, but we're going to see a lot of falling. Okay, so Osh9, a lot more falling up airs I think is going to come about. You saw Nair come out there, but when they wanted to start the combo and lead to the death, we're going to see more falling up airs, which is -2. And, okay, I dropped it right here. Great DI on the second thing, but anything wrong right there could have led to Vendetta's death
Yeah, especially on this biplat at 90%. That's perfect range for that falling up air. You find a grab, you find a thropper. All she wrote, and
it's game over.
You can SDI down thropper, and it helps you live a good bit longer and can make confirms not work, but people still just don't do it that much.
Yeah, somewhat. Very few people watched that Waidu video. Or they did and I'm not doing this. That's one of the two mentalities.
We just need all the brawlers to just keep getting better like they're doing. And Osh9 finding more ways to close out these stocks, actually getting an edge guard on Vendetta. I think it's one of the really underrated ways for Brawler to take an advantage and snowball a little bit in this matchup. But Osh9 hadn't really found the opportunities before that.
Yeah, no. We're seeing them more cognizant of how they're getting their openings and just trying not to take as much damage. All right, kind of probably didn't want that dash attack, wanted to probably get a jab right there, but still nonetheless 61% just catching Vendetta in a bad situation, and you're seeing Vendetta not want to focus anymore.
Yeah,
the previous situation.
I really like that, even though it didn't work out, to go for the back air there instead of trying to find the finisher vertically. Take the space. We forced out the air dodge. Unfortunately, Osh9 just wasn't quite able to get in the right position. But sometimes you just gotta take the advantage state, force your opponent into the corner, especially when you know they're playing a character like VU who's going to struggle when their back's against the wall and when they're off stage like that.
And Osh9 just kind of scaring Vendetta into doing like the wrong option right there. Vendetta SDing, now just on their last stock, controlling the space back and just doing a good job with that. But as we talked about Brawler before, character's kind of scary.
Yeah, especially when you can't land against him, and that's kind of what we're starting to see Vendetta get antsy on, and Osh9 gonna take that one to the bank. You second guessed a landing once, and he said, see ya.
Yeah, it's gone. These stocks evaporated.
Yeah, Vendetta not happy about that one. That eye roll might have killed somebody.
Yeah. DI'd in like once or twice, and the stock was gone.
We had infinite Vendetta there for a second.
Yeah. Multiple Vendettas need to be taken.
I really appreciate the sunglasses with that haircut. It just absolutely in the player cam right behind Osh9 is blooming.
You know who he reminds me of? The guy from Terminator 2, the villain.
Yep. I know. I see it exactly. Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, that's an old movie. It's retro. Terminator 2, retro movie.
It's real. Welcome to real life. Vendetta says, I like this one, though. I'm going to hold on for a minute. Barely surviving to the thropper, but jumping into the mock punch?
Oh my God.
That's gutsy.
Yeah, and now momentum has just completely shifted.
He really did just run into that one, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Osh9 just does that. That's what's really messed up is like, I'm just going to back air in place and you're going to get hit by it.
But do you see the way Vendetta's moving in the player cam? He is tilted. And that's always the thing with Vendetta, is when he is on, he is one of the best players in the US, but his mental booms so much faster than so many of the rest of the folks I feel like we see at this level.
Dead.
Yeah, and that's JV3 to go up 2-1. Osh9 up in the set, hasn't closed it out, but Vendetta has got to find a way to reset that Jenga tower in his brain before game 4.
Yeah, that shit's look like it's collapsing. If anything, it might have collapsed.
That being said, you can still dig deep. You can still find that second wind.
Yes, you can. I believe. So you gotta be able to bring yourself in check when you're in these situations. And now we're seeing the Ken come out right here.
This is something that Vendetta has always been has been a Shoto player and has played both. We've seen him as the game has kind of moved on. It feels like trend a lot more towards VU, but seeing the Ken come out, just trying to find a little bit maybe more speed, a little bit of a better way to close the space and just get an Osh9 face.
Yeah, I personally don't agree with the Ken because the Ryu was doing a great job of just like boxing out and just. We saw a lot of the fireballs just put in a lot of work. Unfortunately, going to die right there. But, yeah, Clan is a character that likes to play in close quarters a lot more. So, a lot more scrambles are going to happen. And it just was not in his favor in the first half. So,
just these back airs and these neutral airs from Osh9 have been so well spaced that we're just seeing Vendetta start to pick some really awkwardly timed approaches, and with how fast Brawler's moves are, he's just able to blow you up for it over and over again.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you gotta like deter Osh9 from throwing out these poke backers. Okay, 93%, but like with a parry or something, and just like try to punish it to like a good amount.
And actually, I really appreciate your point about that parry, because we really haven't seen them from Vendetta, and they're so core to the Shoto's gameplay, especially when focus comes offline. And I think we could see a lot of mileage because, you know, Osh9's been doing a good job with the movement, but he's been pressing a lot of buttons. There are opportunities for Vendetta to parry him here and get an explosive reversal, but we're just not seeing him attempt them.
Yeah, I think so. The big scare of like him not attempting it is we've been also seeing these falling up airs being mixed in with these nairs, and like Vendetta doesn't want to play the risk game of like, man, I get hit by one of these falling up airs, and now it leads into up B.
And on one hand, I get that, but on the other hand, it's already happening.
Yeah.
What is there like? And right, I know I'm not a top player, but like from the mental perspective, from the coach perspective, it's like.
It's scary.
Yeah, it's like it is scary, but it's like when you're already in that situation, something's got to change. And if you're already getting 0 to death just like this, you might as well go for the parry because it's already happening to you. And then you didn't go for it, it still happened.
Yeah.